been. I mean, Korea is known to have persevered through the hard times and to have like never given up, stood through every situation, through the winters, the summers, the war, the everything, until they became such a strong country that we all admire today. And the one thing that I could think about every time I heard this story or thought about this story was kimchi. Yeah, weird, right? But yes, kimchi is something that has also persevered through thousands of generations, through the winters, through everything. Because did you know that this food has actually existed since the time of the Three Kingdoms? Kimchi has been around since that long, like since the Three Kingdoms, and previously it was just a meal that came about from preservation of cabbages for winter. That is how the kimchi came about. So Koreans wanted to find a way to preserve their food for winter, and they wanted a food that could go through, the harsh conditions, stay put until they need it. So they would get cabbages, salt them, or add any spices and ferment them. That is how the recipe for cooking kimchi, just as simple as that. It was about fermenting cabbages, or say radishes. I think they were called Napa cabbages. Somebody comment, like, just correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But that is what I've heard, that they only needed to ferment Napa cabbages and keep them or be able to preserve them for the winters. So this method of cooking became a sensation even in the country itself. So recipes were shared, kimchi was talked about in poems by various scholars during the periods. Those periods, the Joseon era and everything, they would talk about kimchi in the poems. There was even a book that was actually written or had a section about the kimchi recipe. Nations like Japan, China, and neighboring nations copied these various ways to preserve food that Korea was using, and kimchi has since then been taken as a sensation. But I feel like it is what really explains what Korea has gone through. Like, it has gone through winters, because originally it is for preservation for food during the winters. It has gone through turmoils, has gone through modification, modernization, and it is still standing up today to the extent that it is one of the most globally talked about foods in the world. And did you know that a whole day is dedicated to making kimchi? A day that is actually recognized by UNESCO as, a community day, cultural heritage, a day that brings back culture. Kimjang is a tradition where Koreans gather in large quantities, normally families, to make a lot of kimchi as they prepare for winter.
And honestly, for me, I think this is one of the things that really deserve to be celebrated, as they were celebrating all the other things. Otherwise, happy Liberation Day, Korea. Manse!